तो जब तक वो आते हैं तब तक we can always start. हाँ.
ये लाइव
streaming live now. Now it is streaming live.
Yes, it will come. Hello friends, we are back. Maybe it is possible that the old ID may not work on that part, but please rest assured कि पहले वाला पार्ट भी पूरा जो है YouTube पे आया है and ये वाला भी properly अभी YouTube पे आएगा. When you are coming to a YouTube channel Fintax Chanakya, you will get this as a live stream even right now. And अगर किसी ने मिस किया है, आप इसके रिकॉर्डिंग भी बाद में देख सकते हैं. Since we all knows and जैसे अमित सर हमें बता रहे थे उनके लाइफ की जर्नी उसके लिए and as sir is again coming live because we know the beauty of a technology. कब धोखा दे दे हमें नहीं पता. अभी हम बात कर रहे थे जब हम लोग के ऑफलाइन सेशन होते थे तो बहुत बार माइक में इश्यू होता था. आज का दिन ऐसा है कि जहाँ पे माइक में नहीं होता पूरे टेक्नोलॉजी में ही इश्यू हो जाता है. तो फ्रेंड्स लेट्स कंटिन्यू आवर डिस्कशन ऑफ दिस थिंग. करीम सर, I am handing the panel discussion to you right now. Sir, आप ना थोड़ी बातों से फोकस कीजिए प्लीज सर.
Namaskar. First of all, happy Republic Day to all fellow Indians. And really, it's my honor and pleasure to have such dignitaries with me, not physically, but virtually. We have one of the most popular chartered accountant, not in Ahmedabad, Gujarat, but in India, VIKASH JAIN sir. Our very popular President sir, MONISH sir, then AMISH Khandhar sir, and ABHAY Mehta sir. And I'm really thankful to SAMIR Chaudhary sir to choose such a subject. It's very, very much needed. I remember when I started my practice, I was struggling with all this stuff that you are providing today. Ultimate today is our Republic Day, and we know the importance of Republic Day. Our freedom fighters, they have sacrificed their life, and their ultimate goal is to reach out the fruits of our freedom to last men, right? It's an inclusive growth. And I think CA is one of the most prominent weapon to fulfill this purpose of our great freedom fighters. I remember I have seen lots of chartered account. They are coming from very poor background, and this tool later has changed their whole life, and ultimate the fruits of growth reach to them. And I am really fortunate. I am very lucky. I am actually proud a chartered accountant Indian that someone has suggested this degree to me, and it changed life of not only me, but so many people who are the part of my family and my extended family. Actually, right now, Ms. Khandhar has told about their journey, and same thing I am also repeating. Actually, when I cleared my chartered accountancy in year 1998, and I was very much clear about my goal. Actually, I didn't want to do job for a single day. And I was very much clear about to have practice. That is my ultimate goal. And I was one of the most unfit person on this earth to start a practice. Why? Because I am coming from very poor background, and I am not telling this to glorify my achievement or my success, but I want to make it inspiration to so many fellow our young chartered accountant. So I was considered as one of the most unfit for practice because I am coming from very humble and poor background. And actually, you know, this at the time means outreach of the chartered accountancy was not so much, and hardly few people they know about the chartered accountancy course, and very few approach chartered accountant for return filing and audit purpose. So at the time, this degree was not popular. Monish sir and Vikash ji both are there, and Amish Khandhar is also there. When I clear chartered account in the year 1998, many people asked me, what is CA? They were asking meaning of chartered accountancy. So CA course. So then, but we were very firm, and my two partners, they were also my friend. They turned into my partners. So we studied together and we decided to start our own practice. And you will be surprised to know, Vikashji, when we inaugurate our office by taking so much loan, we didn't have single assignment on our hand, not a single. And my relatives, they are very much poor, so we didn't have a backing of starting practice, but we are, and entrepreneurship is in our blood. So naturally, I strongly believe means 3P is very much important, and that is patience. We had we have patience. Means हम हमारे पास धीरज थी कि नहीं चलो हम वेट करेंगे हम, and we were very much persistent. Means continuity thing. These three P are very important to develop practice. Not only developing the practice in any field, it may be job or something like that. So we used to sit for so many days to wait a single client. I remember one client, he called on our landline, and landline number was not us. We have borrowed from someone else. So he called me, I'm coming by bringing one file to you. And we were so much happy, me and my partners, and we waited for a week, and he didn't turn out. So we were so much desperate, why the people are not coming in our office. We have a very small office, and just we had 2 chairs, and we are 3 partners. So those who reach early, they sit on used to sit on this two chair, and remaining has to sit outside in our cabin. So we waited for many days, many months, and that client who didn't come at that time, and after 16-17 years, we got a call from someone that he wants to meet to you. And I was surprised, and he also he forgot कि भी इस तरह से मैंने किसी को कॉल किया था. मैंने कहा भी आपका इंतजार तो हम 17 साल से कर रहे थे. So this happened to everybody, to us. Patience is very important, and what we strongly believe, ये दिल मांगे मोर. हमारे जो client भी है, they are asking more. They ask for the value-added service, and always we believe in quality. Means if you run after the quality, money is the byproduct. Nowadays, what I see, young chartered accountant, they are very hardworking, they are very ambitious, and they are very smarter than us also. But sometimes they choose money over the quality and work. So we strongly believe, let's accept the work. You will be surprised to know, I used to go to business shop to shop to write a manual account also. So we accept every type of work. We grab every type of opportunity, and gradually we are getting more work. And now, by grace of God, we have very good practice here. So naturally, journey is full of excitement. And I strongly believe that my father used to say, okay, don't go for the job, but go for the business. Because if God wants to give something to you, a job is not the instrument, right instrument to give something to you. The entrepreneurship, you get opportunity anytime. So I strongly believe in entrepreneurship and business, and I strongly recommend to all young fellow chartered accountant to go practice, to have patience. Eventually you will get whatever you want to get. This degree is a super degree. Whatever your dreams, it has capacity to fulfill all your dreams, and I strongly believe education is passport, but CA is sure visa to get anything. Thank you very much. Thanks.
Sir, very well said. And sir, जो end में आपने कहा, education is passport and CA is a visa for everything. So it really impacts a lot to everyone. अमित सर, आई एम रियली सॉरी सर कि बीच में कुछ टेक्नोलॉजी इशू के हिसाब से सर वो आपकी बातें सर थोड़ी अधूरी रह गई थी. सर आई एम रियली एक्सट्रीमली सॉरी फॉर दैट पर्पस.
No problem.
Because of the beauty of technology, कब क्या धोखा दे पता नहीं चलता है. Sir, if you can continue, sir, if possible, sir.
Yeah, no. I was almost Samir bhai on the verge of completion. That in my personal opinion, if someone starts practice, there are great avenues, and the technology use and the complexities or the compliance or kind of innovation or a new pragmatic view will help young chartered accountants a lot. But in my view, they should start in a partnership. So common infrastructure, common branding, common everyone can specialize in their expertise field. So that is one point. Even I one more thing I would like to share my view is there are very good chances now in corporates also. To get 1 crore salary is not difficult in today's time, which अर्लियर जब हमने प्रैक्टिस चालू किया था तब हमको 12,000 की नौकरी मिल रही थी और 7-8 हजार रुपया प्रैक्टिस में कमा रहे थे, तो सोचा उसमें क्या ज्यादा बिगड़ने वाला है, तो ऐसे भी करके हम प्रैक्टिस में घुस गए. बट एट द मोस्ट ऑफ द हमारे समय के जो लोग थे वो तब तो इतनी जॉब की थी, लेकिन ये इतनी अपॉर्चुनिटीज नहीं थी, इतनी एमएनसीज नहीं थी, इतने स्टार्टअप्स नहीं थे. So today, even corporates are also paying very good. That can also happen. And third opportunity could be people can go abroad like Australia, Dubai, then USA, Europe, and so many other avenues are also. So depending upon everyone's, because the God has made everyone with a different skill set and different specialty. So based on that, everyone should decide his or her career for future. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. A great insight on that part. And सर जो आपने कहा वो बात बिल्कुल सही है कि भगवान ने सबके लिए कुछ ना कुछ लिखा हुआ है. So we have to trust God and we have to trust our own self. तो हर चीज मुमकिन है. Now Vikas sir, I would request Vikas sir to put some points for your sir. आपकी लाइफलाइन कैसी रही सर? आप सर क्या सीख हमें देना चाहोगे सबको, टू यंग सीएस? सर द फ्लोर इज योर्स सर.
I wish all the participants or all those who are listening to today's program a very happy Republic Day first of all. And Samir bhai, एक छोटा सा correction, आपने पूरा young chartered accountants को क्या सीख देना चाहोगे? तो we all are young chartered accountants only. We are in the process of learning, ever learning, I would say. तो हम लोग किसी को सीख तो नहीं दे रहे, but the only thing is we are sharing our experiences. And yes, we are always making mistakes even today also, and we are trying to learn from those mistakes. And experience always, what you can do is either somebody else would be making the mistake, and from his mistake we can learn the experiences, or we do our own mistakes. So I always believe intelligent is one who just take the clue from others' mistakes first, and he immediately starts working on that, so that at least those mistakes are not committed in our life at least. So that is very, very much important. So observation is very important thing in anybody's and everybody's life. We should all always keep on observing. We should observe the things. The story, each of us is having a very, very, I would say, modest opening, starting, and all these things. Most of the chartered accountants, they always start from very, very humble background and all these things. So it's like Amish bhai or Karim bhai and all, Monish bhai. So it's always a very humble beginning, I would say, and we all come from very, very such kind of backgrounds. So I was born and brought up in Assam. From there I came to Jodhpur, Rajasthan. Thereafter I went to Surat, and I did in 2003. I just practiced in Surat for 2.5 years. Then finally in Ahmedabad, 2005, I came back to Ahmedabad. So I did a job in a CA firm because I was very much clear that I wanted to be in practice only, and that is why I wanted to work in a CA firm and not in a corporate. And since February 2006, I started my own practice. So with an experience of almost now 19th year of my this as a chartered accountant, I would say, and as the 16th year of my practice. So experience is very enriching. I also started my practice by taking the first laptop on the loan. The decision was whether I should take a laptop or a computer. Then I thought, since I am alone and I have to work, so laptop would be a better option because I can work from anywhere. So just even if I'm at home or at client's place or at office, whatever it is. So I just decided to take a laptop, and that first laptop was also on a loan. And the table and chairs, is just like Karim bhai said, these were second-hand tables and chairs which somebody was selling. So I thought, yes, this is available for the dirt cheap. So I bought that, I would say. But again, as Karim bhai rightly said, not to glorify the things, but this is how most of us would be having some story or other, majority of the chartered accountants we meet, we'll find some such kind of interesting stories in all of them. But the thing is, from there to here, it's a great journey, I would say. It has been very enriching and very satisfying experience. People would be seeing that what you are today, but the pain or the journey or the all these things through which all of us might have gone, that is very, very important. So आप जितना घिसोगे उतना ही आपके लिए लाइफ के अंदर सक्सेस होने के चांसेस बढ़ेंगे. So that is one very, very important thing. So what I've observed is that most of the time when we meet other our fellow colleagues, people would be seeing ki you have reached this level or that or whatever it is, but everything or every journey has its own gestation period. I always say that this is 19th year of into practice or after being CA, but whatever growth that we could achieve in the last 4 or 5 years, initial 15 years, I would say, were nothing in comparison to that. So whatever we could have achieved in the first 15 years, maybe more than double of that we have achieved in the last 4 years. So time chahiye hota har ek cheez ke andar. That is very, very important. And Amish bhai, being a very experienced person like Karim bhai, you might have observed one similarity in both of their stories, that they started with a partnership firm, a network. So as the case with my firm also. Me and one other friend of mine who were there in CA final, we were together, and one common friend, another one. So we all three, we started our practice together. We became a partner on day one when we started our own individual practices. That time we became partner, and it was a complete this merger, that kind of thing, and of being together. And in the formal structure, we are there for almost now 14-15 years. So networking is something which is very important. You should merge your firms. So that is a separate story altogether, whether you should join as a new partner or you should merge your firms. These are again very technical issues and important issues. But I must say here that yes, keep on merging your firms. That is very, very much important. And networking, now we are 11 partners with more than almost 100 people's team, which we do have on permanent basis. We are also having around 200 people on different projects that we do have. So that is the power of networking, the power of mergers and all these things. That always brings new synergies, new these things to your working. One very important thing that we all must know is that the kind of artificial intelligence, robotics, these things are coming in. So these are going to kill the routine practices, the traditional practices that are being done. If somebody wants to get purely into traditional practice like that of filing of GST returns or maybe income tax returns, I would say the days are gone. And if not gone 100%, they would be going away very soon. So we cannot be dependent on such kind of practices alone. We need to build on capabilities. We need to upskill ourselves continuously. We need to invent ourselves. We need to add to technologies, to our knowledge bank, because knowledge is power and ultimately knowledge is wealth, I would say. So what a common mistake that we all do is, after becoming CA, we stop reading. And I always say, हमने इतनी पढ़ाई की तभी तो हम CA बने, और जब अगर हमने पढ़ना ही छोड़ दिया तो हम CA कहाँ से? अगर हमने पढ़ना ही छोड़ दिया, we are no more chartered accountants. So that should be a continuous process. We should always keep on upskilling ourselves. We should keep on reading. We always encourage the team members. We do have so many chartered accountants in our office and other articles and or other employees also. We always do tell them that keep on reading various these books, journals, and all these things. These are very, very important, and this will ultimately help us. Okay, this brings a lot of experience along these journals, these articles in the books, and all these things. They always bring. We do a very beautiful journal of our CA association. Also, MONISH is there. They are doing a lot of hard work every month to bring out the subscription, and you see a lot of good articles are there. BCAG, Bombay Chartered Accounting Journal. That is again a beautiful piece of publication. I am a regular contributor. Every month I used to write an article in that on the IBC section. I have seen many beautiful contents that are always there. Our ICAI journal is again an excellent piece. So these are three which are very, very much important for all of us. Apart from this also, we need to read as much as possible. So reading is something which is very, very much important, else will be redundant, will be thrown out of this, and there will not be recognized one day, because whatever we are reading on Google, the business community or other people are also very much able to read on the Google. So there is no need of us. If everything is available on Google, then I am sure that there is no need of the professionals like that of us. Okay, we need to bring in something different, some value addition, which is very, very much important. And when we talk about this partnerships and this, so Amish bhai very rightly pointed out that yes, sacrifice, and the word that is being commonly used is sacrifice, but I won't say that is a sacrifice, because ultimately that is for our own well-being only. There is no sacrifice, I would say, because if we as an individual are earning maybe 100%, there's a cake of, I would say, 200 gram. Okay, and that 200 gram entire cake is to be ours only. But when there are 10 partners, when the synergies come together, when the strengths come together, that cake itself will not be of 200 gram, but it will be of maybe 4 kg. Okay, and if it is equally divided into 10 people, still we would be getting 400 grams. So that is how, this is the power of compounding, power of all these things that we read. So this is how it works. It is not so that even if it is 10%. So another very important thing is the ego issues that creep in the partnership firms. These are very, very critical and crucial, I would say. What happens? You need to put aside the egos. If in family we are there, sometimes we need to understand that if somebody is saying something, yes, at times we may disagree. Fine. But we have to accept and respect the opinion of others as well. There's no point in making the ego issues. So what happens? I've seen in various business and all these things also. क्या रे यार मारो पार्टनरशिप रेशियो तो 50% છે અને સામે મારો 40 છે અને પેલાનો 60, so he is getting 20% more, so he is something more superior or something, and there comes in ego that no, it should not happen, let it be equal, or अरे भाई why you are seeing at the ratio? We should always see the absolute amount that we are getting. If I was getting 10 today, if I am getting 12, I am more than happy. Earlier it was 100%, now it is 5%, but if the absolute amount is not 10 but it is 12, so I should be happy. But people are always like they are sad. They are not because they are getting less, but because the other is getting more. So it reminds me of one dialogue that was there in the Three Idiot movies कि खुद के marks देख के दुखी नहीं होते लेकिन दूसरे दोस्त अगर so it is that kind of situation. So we should always like what I am getting, that I should be concerned with that. And
विकास भाई sorry to interrupt. अगर फ्रेंड फेल होता है तो दुख होता है, लेकिन अगर वो फर्स्ट नंबर पे पास होता है तो ज्यादा
exactly, you had it the perfect statement, I would say. So such kind of things always comes into such type of thing comes into our practice also, when the people see ki, "Arey yaar, my percentage is 20 but the other's percentage is 30, or I am getting 20 rupees, the other is taking home 30 rupees." But I need to introspect and I need to see it seriously, that what is the amount that actually I would have earned if I would have been alone, and what the amount that I am getting. Not only the amount, there are so many other considerations like the peace of mind that we are getting. When we are friends, it is always we find a shoulder to rest upon, to share our stress, I would say, to burst our stress. If we want to go somewhere, yes, there are other, and the kind of technicalities that are growing every day in our practice. If something goes wrong, if we get a call from some police station or some other authorities, if there is a partner, at least you can sit with him and you can share the things. So definitely believe me, if your partner is a friend, this will be a great relief to any of us. So that is very, very much important. So please always concentrate on the absolute amount that you are getting and not on what the other person is getting. That is not important. Yes, that is important. You need to always think of your team first. You need to ensure that whatever you are getting is okay, fine. But your partners, your fellow, your teammates, your employees, they should be having a good, reasonable earning. They should also earn. એ લોકો વધારે લઈ જાય એનો પ્રોબ્લેમ નથી, બટ ઓછું તો ના જ મળવું જોઈએ કોઈ બીજાને, because that is the basic edifice of keeping the people together. If you only think about yourself, I'm sure you will not be able to keep the people intact, because this is a pure this, I would say, commercial decision. Ultimately, if somebody is capable of and he's getting much more than what you are offering, he's bound to leave. Just step into his shoes. I always tell in my firm as well that if somebody wants to leave, if he's getting better opportunities, absolutely he must, and I'll always help him to get that chance or part in other organization. So that's how the people, those who have joined us maybe 15 years back, they are still with us. And maybe if somebody might have left, then that is only just for a better career prospects. And still today we are sharing that kind of good relations with each other. They respect, we respect mutually each other. And whenever there is some chance in that organization for some work, they would be approaching first to us only. कि यार विकास सर ये कोई काम है आप अपनी फर्म में देते हैं करके. So that is how the things are. So the relation always matters in the long term, I would say. And I'll not take much of the time, but the only 2-3 piece of other advices that these things which I think are very, very much important is one is decision making. Most of the time what happens, if anything comes to us, we normally linger on, we keep on postponing the decisions. ठीक છે કાલે જોઈ લઈશું, પરમ દિવસે જોઈ લઈશું. Or if some client is coming and we are not prepared mentally, then we used to think, अरे यार, no, I am not feeling confident today. And this especially happens more in the initial stages, I would say. If I am not feeling comfortable, I would say कि अरे I'll come tomorrow, I'll come the day after tomorrow. And the client won't wait for any of us. And after 2 days or 3 days, after 2 or 3 phone calls, that is too much. Maybe on even after the first phone call, he is not going to give you the second phone call also. And the client may leave. So we need to be a fast, swift decision maker. Whatever that comes our way, we should accept it immediately. If we are not prepared, just on the first sight itself, you can tell him that, yes, tomorrow morning I'll come, not today. So that much is acceptable. And you at the same time, you need to understand the emergency or urgency of the client. And yes, just be prepared. Prepare yourself in the night time, no problem. Okay, but we have to prepare ourselves. We have to be quick in decision making. We need to also, one more important thing that is there in the partnership firms is clarity. Okay, not only in partnership firm, everywhere in life, I would say clarity is very, very much important. If somebody joins you as an employee, somebody joins you as a partner or something like, and you tell him, ठीक છે બેસી જાઓ આપણે જોઈ લઈશું અત્યારે કામ ચાલુ કર દો આપણે પછી જોઈ લઈશું. With the clients also we used to say कि चलो चलो सर આપણે કામ ચાલુ कर દઈએ પછી આપણે જોઈ લઈશું જે બી કરવાનું છે એની અંદર. And what my experience is in such kind of things, what happens, either he is going to be dissatisfied or you are going to be dissatisfied. That is for sure. It happens always. Either of us is going to be dissatisfied. So if the things are talked and sorted well in advance, I am sure there will not be any kind of disappointment, because ultimately few decisions are commercial, is not always how the emotional things works. But yes, people always wants value for money. In the initial stage, yes, and especially with the new client and the new relations and new engagements, we always want to have more clarity. Maybe at later point of time, yes, you may take some liberty with that client or something like that, but even that is not advisable. It is always better to have a clarity that will I would say increase the longevity of the relation and will always be fair to all of us. So these are few of the things that instantly came to my mind and I shared with you. Thank you very much for the wonderful opportunity. Thanks a lot, Samir bhai.
That is really a very important point that you have discussed. एक तो आपने सर इडियट्स की मूवी की याद दिला दी, एंड बाकी जो आपने सर पॉइंट बताया रिलेशनशिप में जो क्लैरिफिकेशन होना चाहिए था, वो सीए की प्रैक्टिस हो, पार्टनरशिप से कोई भी चीज हो, इट रियली मैटर्स अ लॉट फॉर एवरीवन सर. इट्स अ गोल्डन वर्ड आई वुड से फॉर माय टुडेस लर्निंग सर. नाउ sir, I hand over this platform to Monish sir. Monish sir, kindly have put some insight about your journey. Please, sir.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you, Samir bhai. Thank you, Fintax, for providing such a great opportunity. Amish bhai की books पढ़ के तो हम बड़े हुए हैं. To share a platform with him is a journey for me itself to begin with. Karim sir and Vikas bhai, I have met them few years back, and in this few years I've learned from them a lot of things. I'm really touched by the philanthropic work that both these two men have been doing across for the profession. Samir bhai, in this last 1 year, we have also been closely connected after I took over as the president of the Chartered Accountant Association, Ahmedabad. To begin with, my journey is very, very different from the other panelists, because I am coming from an inherited practice. My father is also a chartered accountant. Now, तैयार गादी, पूरा प्लेटफॉर्म रेडी, ये सब की सोच जो सबके दिमाग में अभी शुरू हो गई होगी. Let me tell you, I started my career after being a chartered accountant in 2006. In 2006, I appeared for the campus interview, and I was selected by 2 companies on the very first day. And I went into the job. I never started practice with my father. I went into the job for 3 years. I was working in Bombay. I earned my money from there because कुछ पैसा नहीं था मेरे पास. My dad was into practice, but उनका practice और मेरा line of practice मुझे वो judge नहीं रहा था.
So
Eventually, I came back to Ahmedabad in.
Yes, sir, continue.
I came to Ahmedabad in the year 2009, and that is when 2008 November, and 2008 November में मैंने एक ऑफिस किराए पे ली. मैं सच बता रहा हूँ, for the first 6 months मेरे पास एक ही फाइल थी. पूरे एक फाइल पे मैंने ये पूरा 2008 निकाला. 2009 के जनवरी मंथ में there was an opening which with BSNL for VAT audit and VAT consultancy. वहां पे मैंने अप्लाई किया. उसमें मेरा एक्सपीरियंस कम हो रहा था. तो that is why me and my father joined into a practice. हम दोनों ने एक पार्टनरशिप फर्म बनाई. And that is how our journey began as partners. Till that point of time, I was working all alone. And मेरे पास एक ही फाइल थी और उसका रेवेन्यू था 12,000 रुपए पूरे साल का. So everyone, as everyone stated, the beginning has been very, very at a very low level. But then that patience that we have kept brought us somewhere across. But मेरे जो 3 साल मैंने जॉब में जो बिताए, उसमें मैंने कुछ बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट चीज अपने मेंटर से सीखी या मेरे बॉस से सीखी. एक चीज जो मैंने मेरे बॉस से सीखी, जो सबसे बड़ी, that was the key to my success in my job also. The one he was always saying is always do smart work. जो भी काम करते हो वो स्मार्टली करो. अगर आप स्मार्ट वर्क नहीं करते हो तो वो हमेशा ये कहते थे कि ताकत तो एक गेंडे में भी होती है, ताकत तो एक गेंडे में भी होती है, लेकिन पूजा सिर्फ शेर की होती है, क्योंकि शेर के पास ताकत ही नहीं टेक्निक भी होती है. तो तुम्हें अगर आगे बढ़ना है और शेर बनना है तो आपको गेंडे की नहीं, वो एक शेर की सोच रखनी होगी. और दूसरा जो हमेशा उन्होंने बोला है कि कभी जो 3 इडियट्स में विकास जी 3 इडियट्स को लेके आए, तो मुझे भी वो 3 इडियट्स का एक डायलॉग याद आ गया कि भैया कभी भी सफलता के पीछे या कामयाबी के पीछे मत भागो, आप काबिल बनो. अगर आप काबिल बनोगे तो कामयाबी आपके पीछे भागेगी. तो
एक बार के पीछे आएगी आप.
इन सब ये अगर हम कुछ रियल लाइफ में देख रहे हैं या रियल लाइफ में देख रहे हैं, अगर कुछ पॉजिटिव लगता है तो उसे अडॉप्ट करना चाहिए लाइफ में, पहली चीज. दूसरी चीज, सबने बोला पार्टनरशिप करना चाहिए. मैं भी ये मानता हूं कि पार्टनरशिप करना चाहिए. अगर आप मानते हो कि आप पार्टनरशिप में कंफर्टेबल नहीं हो, तो अब ऐसे भी आप कर सकते हैं कि वेयर यू एंड सम अदर पर्सन is having cross reference clients and working on freelancing basis with each other. That is also possible. अब वो कोई ऐसा नहीं है कि ये एक possibility नहीं है. So my father always tells me this. अगर कोई क्लाइंट कुछ भी नया काम लेके आता है तो उसमें मना मत करो, उसके लिए पढ़ो, तैयार हो, सीखो. और जब भी, आज भी मैं बताता हूँ, जब भी मैं फ्री होता हूँ, either I go to the tribunal if it is working, I listen to the High Court, matters that are being argued, and we are in the very lucky ones where all the High Court matters are available free on YouTube. You can always log into those matters, learn from there. There is lot of learnings that you can get from the High Court matters. काउंसिल कैसे आर्ग्यू करता है, क्या प्रिपेयर करता है, कैसे प्रिपेयर करता है. दूसरा एक चीज जो हर एक टाइम पे every person in his life should do is, अगर किसी को किसी भी चीज में इंटरेस्ट हो तो उसको पहले परस्यू करो. वो परस्यू करोगे तो आपको ये पता चलेगा, अगर आप फेल भी होते हो तो कोई दिक्कत नहीं है, आपको एटलीस्ट ये तो पता चलेगा कि ये रास्ते पे मैं फेलियर मेरे को मिलेगी. सक्सेस स्टोरी विदाउट फेलियर शुरू नहीं होती है. तो किसी को भी अगर आज सक्सेस बनना है या कुछ बनना है लाइफ में, तो उसको पहले एक फेलियर का रास्ता तो लेना ही पड़ेगा. The most important thing that all of them have said is the trust factor. You need to trust all the people whom you are working with, your staff. You must be ready to delegate. अगर आप डेलीगेट नहीं कर पाते हो कि कोई चीज, तो आप स्टकअप हो जाओगे. सब कुछ अगर आप करना चाहोगे तो इट इज नॉट पॉसिबल. तो डेलीगेशन, रीडिंग, ऑल दिस इज वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. प्लस अगर आप कहीं पे भी लेक्चर सुनने जा रहे हो या कोई स्टडी सर्कल अटेंड कर रहे हो, तो स्पीकर की उसके प्रोसेस को समझो. And I am telling you, the best way to learn is write an article or start delivering a lecture. अगर आप लेक्चर कहीं पे करने जाने वाले हो, तो उसके लिए आप 2 या 3 दिन की जो मेहनत करते हो, उसमें से जितना सीखते हो ऐसा कहीं से नहीं सीख सकते हो. तो अगर आपको कभी भी इच्छा होती है कि मुझे ये टॉपिक पे रिसर्च करना है, एनालिसिस करना है, तो उसके ऊपर एक आर्टिकल लिखना शुरू करो. तो आप 10 आर्टिकल पढ़ोगे, 10 लोगों की बातें सुनोगे, एंड उसमें से आप कहीं ना कहीं कुछ अच्छा एडॉप्ट कर पाओगे. आई थिंक these are certain points that I want to put across to all the people who are either chartered accountants or planning to be chartered accountants. और एक चीज हमेशा याद रखना, सर मेरे साथ ये हमेशा होता है कि अगर आपको कुछ नहीं पता होगा तो बोलेगे यार तू चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट है और तेरे को ये नहीं पता है. तो ये so the level of, it is not to be seen that you are so downgraded or degraded, or you don't know you don't have the knowledge about the topic. The most important point that you have to understand is that for them, a chartered accountant is a person who should know each and everything. So even if you don't read your books whatsoever, please make sure that you are always updated on your current affairs. जैसे स्टार्टिंग में मेहता साहब ने बोला, I recently we did a seminar on the sustainability reporting. जब मुझे जो लेक्चर देने वाले थे, उन्होंने जब मेरे को बोला, तब मुझे ये टॉपिक के बारे में क्या होता है क्या नहीं वो पता भी नहीं था. So I told him, give me a week's time. I studied for 1 week what is sustainability reporting, how it is going to affect, whether it is actually going to impact or not. So, and that is how my knowledge gets sharpened. So whatever new technologies are there, virtual CFO है, बहुत सारे कुछ opportunities है. तो ये सारी अपॉर्चुनिटीज को एनकैश करना है तो आपको चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट बनना पड़ेगा. और चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट की पढ़ाई आपको स्मार्टली करनी पड़ेगी. अगर आप स्मार्टली करेंगे तो ही आप आगे बढ़ पाएंगे. एंड आई विल टेल यू, मैं एक चीज ये दावे के साथ आज ये प्लेटफॉर्म पे ही बोल रहा हूँ कि अगर आप चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट है तो आप कभी भूखे नहीं मरोगे. आपको कुछ ना कुछ तो जॉब कहीं ना कहीं, कुछ भी छोटी मोटी जॉब भी मिल जाएगी, लेकिन आप भूखे नहीं मरोगे. With that, I think I'll end it here and over to you, Samir bhai. Thank you so much, Samir bhai.
Thank you, Monish bhai. एंड सर वेरी वेल सेड, अगर आप चार्टेड अकाउंटेंट हो तो आप कभी भूखे नहीं मरोगे। एंड सर मुझे वही ना करीम सर की बात आ रही है दिमाग में, एजुकेशन इज अ पासपोर्ट बट सीए इज अ वीजा। एंड सर ये दोनों बात बिल्कुल सही आ रही है। सर आप चारों की बात सुन के बहुत ही अच्छा लगा मुझे। सर सेम स्टोरी ऐसी मेरी कुछ है कि आई एम द फर्स्ट जनरेशन चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट में फैमिली। हमारे फैमिली में अब तक दूर तक सर कोई सीए नहीं था, मैं पहला सीए बना। आई वॉज फ्रॉम अ वेरी हम्बल फैमिली बैकग्राउंड। सर सीए तो बन गया, पर सर आर्टिकलशिप में नहीं पता आर्टिकलशिप क्या होती है, वो ही नहीं पता था। एंड सर पहली बार सीपीटी आया, सीपीटी इंट्रोड्यूस हुआ, सब हर सीए फर्म में घूम रहे हैं, और उस समय साहब आर्टिकल्स की ऐसी सप्लाई बढ़ गई सीपीटी आने से, कोई सीए के पास वैकेंसी नहीं है कि हमें। एंड सर मुझे नहीं पता सब सीए कितने हैं वो भी नहीं पता मुझे। सीपीटी सर क्लियर किया, आर्टिकलशिप ज्वाइन की, 2 जगह पे धक्के खा के, एक जगह ज्वाइन किया, फिर बोला साहब यहाँ पे फुल हो गया, कहीं और जाइए, तो हमने वहां पे जाके ज्वाइन किया। फिर कुछ रीजन से हमें शिफ्ट भी करना पड़ा। सर सीए बने, सीए बनने के बाद सर टीचिंग का पैशन था। आई हैव ज्वाइन नवकार फॉर 2 to 3 months। नवकार में फैकल्टी बना, उसके बाद सर कंसल्टेंसी स्टार्ट की, एक अच्छी सीए फर्म अपने यहाँ पे वीके, उसमें मैंने काम किया। एंड सर देन स्टार्टेड फुल टाइम प्रैक्टिस फ्रॉम 1 अप्रैल 2013। तब उसके पहले जब मैं आर्टिकलशिप में था सब, तब भी मैं लोगों को रिटर्न फाइल करता था। सर आज एक बहुत बड़ा ब्रांड है अहमदाबाद में, फूड चेन में, तब उसके यहाँ पे मैं संडे आता था, 500 रुपये फीस देता था पूरे महीने की। संडे 4 घंटे जाने का, खुद की बाइक लेके 10 से 15 किलोमीटर दूर, बिकॉज सब उस समय वो 500 रुपये की भी कीमत थी। एंड सर आई ऑलवेज बिलीव इन वन थिंग कि आपको लोगों पे विश्वास करना पड़ेगा, आपको अपने आपके टीम पे विश्वास करना पड़ेगा। एंड इफ समवन एक्सपेक्ट अ फ्लावर फ्रॉम यू, यू ऑलवेज ट्राई टू गिव देम बुके। अगर हम वो ऐसा अपनी एक्सपेक्टेशन रखते हैं कि हम लेने की बात के बदले हम देने की बात करें, तो इट वुड बी विन विन फॉर ऑल एंड इट्स गोइंग टू हेल्प पीपल। साथ साथ सीए पार्टनर मेरे साथ हैं, एंड जहाँ पे मैं हमेशा फ्री रहता हूँ बिकॉज ऑफ देयर सपोर्ट। आज 25 लोग की टीम है अहमदाबाद में, सब मिला सब 40 से 50 लोग की हमारी टीम है। बट सर यही फायदा है मुझे कि आज उन लोगों पे मुझे विश्वास है, वो मेरे बैकबोन है मेरे सबके सब। एंड आज सर मैं कुछ भगवान के दया से कुछ बन पाया है, कुछ अगर आज मैं कुछ कर पा रहा हूँ तो सर यही कोशिश है फिनटेक चाणक्य के हिसाब से कि मैं कुछ किसी की और हेल्प कर सकूँ। यू ऑल नोज की हेल्प फाउंडेशन में एनजीओ चलता है सर, जहाँ पे अपने यही ट्राई करते हैं कि किसी की मदद कर सके, वी कैन बी हेल्पिंग हैंड विद ऑल। एंड सर सेम थिंग यहाँ पे वही प्लानिंग है सर अपनी हेल्प करने की। सर विथ ऑल दिस थिंग सर आप सबकी लाइफ से बहुत कुछ सीखने मिला, बहुत कुछ जानने मिला। सर वी हैव फ्यू स्पेसिफिक क्वेश्चन फ्रॉम पब्लिक, जहाँ पे बहुत से। यस सर, विकास सर।
एक बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट बात जो सबको जाननी और अपने सबको जरूरी है, डोंट सेल आवरसेल्फ फॉर चीप। हम लोग बहुत सस्ती फी में काम करते हैं बहुत सारे लोग, और अल्टीमेटली क्या होता है, सब लोग सफर करते हैं। और सबसे ज्यादा सफर कौन करता है? जो खुद सस्ते में काम करता है। He will never be able to give the quality, and you can never say to the regulatory authorities that I have charged such a less fee, and such less fee we can only do this much. No, never, because our responsibilities are always there. We are accountable for the work that we are doing. So until unless we charge reasonable fee, I'm sure we'll not be able to do justice with the work that we are doing. So my humble suggestion is we should always try to see or do a backward calculation kind of thing, that what is our cost for various people that we do have, what is the cost for the infrastructure that we do have, and what is the reasonable living that we want to make. So we need to have, these are the total hours that are available with us, and we need to earn this much. So those markups should always be added to that, and accordingly we should calculate the rate. If we know that if some industry is working and if they are not able to get the cost, at least cost plus whatever the margins that they need to sustain, that industry is going to die away soon. So same is applicable to our practice also. If we are not charging reasonable, if we are not knowing what is our cost, okay, then I'm sure we'll not be able to have thriving practice. Eventually our practices will die, or somebody will get into unethical practices. So these moral values and all these things are very important. We should always be full of integrity, and whatever we do, we should be we should have the courage to say no to our clients wherever required. Believe me friends, if you say no to your clients, it doesn't mean that you are rude or your approach or attitude is something which is not acceptable. No, the only thing is in the long run, he'll always respect you. He will think twice before asking you to do anything wrong. And friends, this is I'm saying out of my own experience as a regional council member. So people think that yes, he's an office bearer or he's something in the institute, so he might be able to help us. So many people, they do come to us. So many people means so many chartered accountants facing the heat because of all these things. The mistakes that they have done is not so that they have done anything intentionally, they have done anything wrong or they have made money out of that. No, nothing. But still, just out of ignorance and all these things, or maybe in haste or something, and they have done the mistake. But friends, nobody is going to buy your argument, because ignorance is a bliss only for other people. You are a professional, and professionals cannot give the excuse that अरे यार मैंने तो खबर नहोती, or I was not knowing this, or mistake हो गई, or no. All such arguments won't be bought by others. Others can say or have such kind of excuses, but as a professionals, we can never have such kind of excuses. Thank you. This is from my side.
Yes,
I would like to add one point with विकास जी. विकास सर ने जो बात बोली उसी में, अगर आप प्रैक्टिस शुरू कर रहे हैं तो आपके पास क्लाइंट आएंगे, बहुत कम फी लेकर आप काम कर दो, इससे पासे में फाइल ले लेता हूँ, आपको दे देता हूँ, आप 4000 में कर लो, वो तो 10,000 लेता है, मेरे को उसको नहीं देना है, आप 4000 में मेरे को ये करके दो. हमारे पास काम नहीं होता है, वो 4000 वाला काम हम ले लेते हैं, वो 4000 में वो काम हम कर नहीं पाते हैं, उसमें हमारा क्वालिटी सफर करवाते हैं. तो ये एक चीज है जो बिगिनिंग में थोड़ा पेशेंस रखिए, काम आएगा आपके पास, और जैसे आएगा आपको उसमें से आपको आपकी जो एक्सपेक्टेशन है वो फुलफिल होगी. कोई इतना मिनिमम फी आपको लेना है, सब रिकमेंडरी फीस है, पर हमें ये अपना एक ये जैसे विकास जी ने बताया, एवरीवन नीड्स टू फिगर आउट कि what is my opportunity cost. If I'm not doing this, if I'm learning something, after learning, what will be the cost that I will be earning? So what is the opportunity that I'm going to let go? The day that you will, जैसे उन्होंने बोला, the day when you will say no, that is when they will realize your value. And most importantly, अगर मैं कुछ काम नहीं करता हूं, for अमीश भाई is there, not saying anything beyond it, but जैसे मेरे पास GST का मैं करता हूं, but I don't deal with the construction industry. So whenever I have a client who comes from the construction industry, I directly say that I am not doing it, but what I will do is I will take you to the person who does the best in the industry. When I take him to people like Amish Bhai, Nitesh Bhai, there are many, right? But when we go to them and we give them the right advice, when those people get the right advice, they automatically start respecting you. एक काम आज हमने मना किया है, लेकिन कल उसी के पास से हमको दो या तीन काम और मिल ही जाता है. So we have to be open. We need to know our limitations as well. ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए कि आप हर एक चीज के अंदर आप अपने करते जाओ. तो एक आपको ये भी बनाना है कि हाँ, मुझे सीखना है कंस्ट्रक्शन इंडस्ट्री के बारे में, मैं सीखूंगा, लेकिन अगर मैं कॉन्फिडेंट नहीं हूं तो किसी क्लाइंट का काम मत बिगाड़ो. सिर्फ पैसे की लालच में उसका काम बिगाड़ो मत. That's all that I want to put it across.
Great, sir. So very great insight from your side. Karim sir, please. Sir, you are muted, sir. Kindly unmute yourself.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So I further extend this discussion. Okay, whatever work we do within 10 minutes or 15, 20 minutes, we devote our entire life. See, क्लाइंट को ऐसा लगता है तुमने तो 10 मिनट 15 मिनट या 20 मिनट दिए, कोई हार्ट सर्जन होगा, वो जस्ट ही टेक्स 10 minutes 5 minutes to do operation, right? But he charge a phenomenal amount. Same way we are professional, we devoted our entire life to learn all this technique. So obviously we do this work within a very short time, but it doesn't mean we should charge less or a minimum amount. We should charge reasonable amount. And I do agree with Vikas sir and Monish sir. that we should not work for a less amount. Otherwise, it creates, client will not value your service, and clients are ready to pay more, but you degrade your value. कई बार मैंने देखा है कि क्लाइंट को सरप्राइज होता है when we charge some amount, and internally वो बोलता है सर इतने कम अमाउंट में आप काम कर, he was coming with some expectation, big expectation, and we charge less amount, right?
Perfect. Amish sir, if you can add some points. Yes sir.
समीर भाई, एक ही लाइन मुझे ऐड करनी है. आप सब्जी वाले के यहाँ जाते हो, अगर मैं जाऊंगा या मेरा क्लाइंट जाएगा, उसको वो ककड़ी जो है, अगर वो 20 रुपए किलो है तो उसको भी 20 रुपए में मिलने वाली है, मुझे भी 20 रुपए में मिलने वाली है. तो मुझे अपने आप की वैल्यू 10 रुपए पे लाके नहीं खड़ा करना है कि मेरे जेब में सिर्फ 10 रुपए है. मुझे वो 20 की ककड़ी मैं ले सकूं, इतना मेरे को भी खुद को बनाना चाहिए.
वेरी वेल सेड सर. सर एक कहानी याद आई मुझे छोटी सी. एक कंपनी में बहुत बड़ी शिप थी सर, वो फंस गई कहीं पे. तब वो शिप के फंसने के हिसाब से सब उस कंपनी को हर रोज का 10 करोड़ का लॉस हो रहा था. उसने बहुत से इंजीनियर को बुलाया, कोई कुछ नहीं कर पाया. एक एक्सपर्ट इंजीनियर विद द एज ऑफ ओनली 35 इयर्स ही केम ओवर देयर. उसने चेक किया, उसने सिर्फ 2 हथौड़ी मारी एक जगह पे, मशीन स्टार्ट हो गई. उसने बोला सिर्फ 5 मिनट का काम, और सबने बिल रेज किया सर, विच इज ऑफ 50 लाख रुपीज. तो कंपनी के सीईओ ने पूछा क्या बकवास कर रहे हो, 2 हथौड़ी के रूप में? बोला एक्सपीरियंस उस चीज का है कि हथौड़ी मारनी कहाँ है, उसके 50 लाख रुपए ले रहा हूँ. आपकी मशीन तो बिगड़ी हुई थी ना. तो यही हम लोग की एक्सपर्टीज होती है सर. आज जितने साल हमने दिए, 5 साल सीए पढ़ने में, 3 साल की आर्टिकल उसमें इंक्लूड है, बाकी 10-15 साल के एक्सपीरियंस है कुछ भी सर, उसकी वैल्यू वी हैव टू वैल्यू आवरसेल्फ. अमित सर, योर पॉइंट सर, प्लीज.
Yes, no, I agree with all the co-panelist view, Monish bhai, Vikash bhai, and Karim bhai. So as the country grows, we are moving towards 5 trillion economy, and naturally heavy consolidation will happen. In US also this has happened. US, Europe, these all all things have happened before 50-60 years. That 80% of the businesses will be controlled by 20 top corporates, right? So that is going to happen in India also. We are also seeing in US now malls are getting closed. अपने वहाँ पे इंडिया में अभी मॉल्स खुल रहे हैं, थोड़े बहुत भी वो करियाने वाले की दुकान बंद हो रही है और मॉल्स खुल रहे हैं. यूएस में मॉल्स बंद हो रहे हैं क्योंकि ये ऑनलाइन प्लेटफॉर्म आ गए, एग्रीगेटर आ गए, so e-commerce are there. So technology, business dimension and technology is going to give wonderful results or very surprising challenges also, not only to chartered accountants but everywhere. A day will come, जैसे अभी हम एयरपोर्ट में जाते हैं, अपना आधार कार्ड दिखाते हैं. अभी आधार कार्ड भी दिखाने की जरूरत नहीं है, आपके रेटिना या फिंगरप्रिंट से मालूम पड़ जाएगा कि ये भाई अमीश खंडार है. वो आधार कार्ड सही है, गलत है, फोटो बराबर है, वो देखने की जरूरत नहीं है. आप वहां पे गए, बोर्डिंग पास की भी जरूरत नहीं है. जैसे ही आप फिंगरप्रिंट से आपको मालूम पड़ जाएगा कि ओके योर सीट नंबर इज सो एंड सो एंड. So this is just an kind of very very small example, but so many other things. अभी फ्लाइट में इंटरनेट नहीं मिल रहा है. 10 साल के बाद अपने बच्चे अपने को, ओ पापा आप 4 घंटे 8 घंटे 12 घंटे फ्लाइट में जाते थे और इंटरनेट भी नहीं था, कुछ नहीं था, कनेक्टिविटी नहीं था. सैटेलाइट फोन है लेकिन बाकी, जैसे हम अभी अपने पीयर्स को बोलते हो, तब स्मार्टफोन नहीं था, व्हाट्सएप नहीं था, trunk call करते थे. So things are going to, and we all are lucky, and maybe these young chartered accountants are more luckier in the sense that they will witness, they will be part of this entire journey. What they can do is they can collaborate, they can invent, they can give time to their passion, their hobbies, their creativity, and they can come together with groups, friends, whatever kind of cross faculty या तो जो भी बिजनेस क्रॉस जो भी प्रोफेशनल है जिनके साथ अभी LL.B हो सकती है, and they can do wonders. I think they should think big, they should have bigger vision, and they are really smart or only want and there is plethora of information and knowledge is available. Only thing that they need, in my opinion, is a bit kind of wisdom and a direction, and then they will accept like anything. So they should strive for it. they should see not 2 years, 5 years vision. They should look forward to 15 years, 20 years vision, and they will do wonders. Rather हम उनके वहाँ पे जॉब करने के लिए आएंगे as a consultant या तो as a part time basis. मोनिश भाई, करीम भाई बराबर છે ને, આપણે એમની પાસે જઈશું કે ભાઈ અમને થોડું ઘણું જ્ઞાન ખબર છે, ટેકનોલોજી તો આવડતી નથી, જે કલાક આવીશું અને 60 વર્ષે અમે એમને ત્યાં નોકરી કરતા આવીશું, and we will be more than happy to do like that, because there can be so many kings, but there are very few kingmakers. So we would like to be like a kind
हमारा बदाम फ्यूचर तो
lighthouse. जी sir.
Sir, great input sir.
Sorry
Sir,
हमारा बदाम फ्यूचर KMS में છે, અમીશ ખંધાર સાથે हैं. So KMS will be the new big 4, big 5 in future.
Thank you sir for your feelings, but we all
મોદી સાહેબનું ડ્રીમ તમે ફૂલફિલ કરશો તમે.
What's yours sir, but we'll try surely. See.
Yes sir, yes.
Samir, as Amish bhai has put it rightly, that with the change in the technology coming, we also need to adapt to the new technologies as soon as possible. If we will not move hand in hand with the new technology, and we will not progress ourselves or learn, then probably it will be very difficult for us to even match the pace. So everyone who's a chartered accountant, everyone who is a chartered accountant or aspiring to be a chartered accountant or in any other field that might be and is joined in today, my most important point that I would give you today is that be ready to accept the change, visualize that change, and get adopted to the change. Because if you are not going to adopt to the change, then the survival of the fittest is going to throw you out of this race. And this is not a cat race or a tortoise race. This is a dog's race, and everywhere is bloodhound. So better be aware about it.
So very well said on such a point. Now, sir, I want to ask you, sir, am I audible?
Yes, you are audible, sir.
Yes.
Great, sir, great. Sir, I want to just ask, sir, networking is the most important key in CA practice that we have known. जैसे सर आपने बताया आप सबकी पार्टनरशिप फर्म है, तो सर how all the CA should focus? क्या पार्टनरशिप का उतना फ्यूचर नहीं लग रहा है, या पार्टनरशिप के सर क्या अहमियत है, और हम लोग को अपना नेटवर्क कैसे बनाना चाहिए सर? Starting from Amit sir, if you can focus, sir.
See, this is completely purely my personal views. Even my partners may not agree, but what I strongly feel is 20 people firm and 1,000 people firm will survive. Will survive in future. All mid-sized firms, only small and large. These two categories will there across the board. Whether there is a medical practice, architect practice, CA practice, lawyer practice, करियाना वाला की दुकान है, mom and pop so है, whatever is there, only big brands and a kind of is very niche market or a आप जैसे proprietorship है 10 लोगों का firm है, that will survive. Not even 50 people or 200 people's firm will also not survive in my personal view in 10 to 15 years. There is going to be heavy consolidation. So only big players and only directly one-to-one जो भी सर्विस प्रोवाइडर है. आज आप देखते हैं कितने डॉक्टर्स पास होके खुद का प्रैक्टिस चालू कर सकते हैं. They will have to go to I think Samir Chaudhary left perhaps. Okay, they will have to go to they will have to go to the big hospitals because the investment is big. Medical legal issues होते हैं. आपको कंपाउंडर चाहिए, नर्स चाहिए, एसी का भी वो जो रिसेप्शन है नहीं है. So and instruments चाहिए, उसमें इन्वेस्टमेंट चाहिए, वो 4 साल के बाद ऑब्सोलेट हो जाएगा. So there are so many challenges with everyone. So either, in my personal opinion, 15-20 people firm, whether it be a lawyer firm or a kind of CA firm or architect firm, वो अगर आज मेरे 3 लोग नहीं आए तो मैं खुद काम भी रात जाग के कर पाऊंगा, इतना है. लेकिन 200 लोगों वाला आदमी का फर्म रहेगा, that will not survive in 10-15 years. That is my personal pure my personal view. Other co-panelists can also share their view, or rather I would be happy if I am अगर मेरे को कोई contradict करते हैं तो.
सर ऐसा हो ही नहीं सकता सर, आपको कोई पॉइंट पे कोई कॉन्ट्रडिक्ट करे सर, दैट इज नॉट पॉसिबल. एंड सर विथ योर ग्रेट एक्सपीरियंस सर, आप हम लोग को सिखा रहे हो सर, बहुत सही बात है ये सर. सर सिंस टाइम इज रियली लेस, वी ऑल नो सर, वी आर मूविंग फर्दर ऑन दिस पार्ट. सर व्हाट क्वालिटी a person, if he is doing a practice, he should follow sir? Sir, starting with Karim sir.
I think
according to humble opinion sir.
Yeah, according to me, I think first of all, you should be friendly. See, now when you do practice, I heard somewhere that whatever success, the success is divided into 2 parts, 2 type of quality required. One is that is your skill, your hard work, but the most important part is that is your attitude. So your attitude towards your staff, your colleague, your clients, I think this makes a lots of difference. So if you are not friendly, you don't have that type of nature to deal with all, to work with all team members, definitely you are not able to develop your practice. So, and another thing that I really do, that is to pay back to the society. You should have that ability to, and if you pay back to the society, definitely the God will help you to develop your own practice. So reach out to the needy people, and I think so you can develop your network also in that manner also. When you help to someone else, definitely the God will help you to do your own work. So first quality that I personally feel that is your attitude, your nature. Nature is the most important. I think to do practice, it's also like a business, and everything is a sell. So if you want to sell your skill, naturally you should have that type of nature to mix up with all the people, to delegate the work to your team member. You should have trust over them. We don't have any password protection in our office. From the first day, we put trust in our team. And really, believe me, they are the brand ambassador of your family members, your friends, your colleague, your surrounding, your neighbors, your staff member, your team members. They are the real brand ambassador of you. So if you really want to develop your practice, definitely trust in them, and we have good relation with them. Definitely, this will bring more work to you.
Great, sir. Great. Monish, sir. Sir, if I want to
like
ask
to,
you, sir,
I would like to just.
Yes, sir.
I just wanted to add one more point in Karim sir's answer. The most important point that I feel personally, with the corona being there, with corona is there, the most important part that I feel is we need to be compensative towards our clients. उसका फैमिली अपना फैमिली है, उसको अगर कुछ प्रॉब्लम्स है, we have to stand by him. We have to give them that value add to him in that way. We should give him the proper advice, and if we are we'll be able to understand his problems, then probably we will be able to give him a better advice. So that is all I wanted to add onto that.
Great, sir. Great point, sir. So if any senior want to add something more, sir. Sir, moving further on this thing. Sir, everyone think, sir, जो mostly जो girls CA होती है सर, वो बहुत बार सर प्रैक्टिस में नहीं आ पाती है. आज भी अगर हम रेशो देखेंगे, mostly CA जो girls होती हैं, means I am talking about the feminine, sir, they are mostly going into job. So what can be their concentration, उनको क्या ध्यान रखना चाहिए if they want to do a practice, sir?
Vikas sir.
Karim sir.
Yeah. I think this is the golden opportunity for female chartered accountant by digitalization. We know 2017 we are moving towards digitalization, digital economy. See, earlier what happened when I started my practice, what I have observed, it's very difficult for the girl chartered accountant to visit to income tax office and service tax office and everything. Now, due to the new era of digitalization faceless, I think this is the golden opportunity for girl to start her own practice, because now we know that work from home culture is developed, and naturally they can do their work anywhere from their workplace, also from their home also, and there is no human intervention is minimum now. So if she is having a skill and attitude of developing practice, I think this is the right time to enter into the practice.
Perfect, sir. Vikas Bhaiya, if you can, sir, put some point on this, sir.
Yes, Karim very rightly said that this is a very good time for the female members to enter into practice, and day in, day out. I have seen few examples, those who are working exceptional practice being female members. To name the few, like one, Pranali Thakur is there. She is just having office in front of next to me only. Being alone, she's doing a very good practice, I would say. Then there is like Hetal Kotak is also there. These are the examples of the name which comes to me immediately. But let me tell you, now we are in altogether different age, the age of gender equality, and are the other important limb of the profession. Now almost more than 35% of the members are, I would say, female members. Maybe they would have been finding it comfortable or easier in the earlier days to get into the job and all these things. But now the things are different. They are there to take up the challenges. They are taking up the challenges very well. And I would say, and all my seniors, colleagues who are there with me in the panel discussion today, they'll all will appreciate and say that yes, we all prefer female chartered accountants in our office more now, because they people are more dedicated sometime, and the attrition rate is also lesser in their cases. So there are many chartered accountant office where you will find that the female chartered accountants are thinking, what care should that they can come into practice, or how all need to understand that being male or female, it doesn't make any difference. All are same. The approach and attitude, that is very much important. If they are ready to take up the challenges just like any other member, yes, this is the best field to be into. Okay, the knowledge is same, the law remains same, the authorities remain same, everything is same for the male as well as female members. The only thing is about mindset. Yes, the biggest challenge comes into is, one is marriage. If sometime because of marriage they need to shift their places, maybe somebody from Ahmedabad is getting married in Surat, Baroda, Mumbai or somewhere, then that becomes a difficult time for the time being. And the other thing is what to say, at the time maternity and all these things, that point of time again there is a break, and that creates a problem. But I've seen so many chartered accountants, even after maternity also, they are taking up brilliantly in these issues in the practice and all these things, because that may be a break of 3-4 months again. But again, the solution lies in the same thing, that is the partnerships and all, I would say, because if there are 2, 3, 4 partners joining their hands and all these things, definitely the work can always be looked after by other fellow colleague or a partner. And as Monish bhai also said, there will be some good kind of networking or cross references, that kind of thing. So that is that I always would or compare, like live-in relationships and marriages. I would say partnerships are like marriages, and there's like live-in relationships. So the more commitment comes into where you are into partnerships rather being into cross references and all these things, because you always derive more comfort being into marriages. Okay. And there is a great respect always when being into marriages is always a great respect, I would say, that command for each other. And this is absolutely an era or age of equality. So there is no question of any other thing. So if somebody is getting married to a chartered accountant, and even if she's shifting her place and the fellow is into practice, then the things are absolutely, there is nothing to be worried about. The entire question that is revolving around is when you want to have a sole proprietor kind of practice, or you want to start at your own, then the things become difficult. But I would say every firm would be welcoming the great resources and talents if they can get. So it is only about joining and proving yourself. I'm sure if some tomorrow if some good female chartered accountant Karim bhai gets into his office or Monish bhai gets into his office, and if she is able to deliver, I'm sure they'll not take a moment also. So that is how. But the only thing is, everything has some time, some gestation. She needs to join first, then she needs to prove ourselves. We need to, what we are looking for when we are accepting somebody as a partner. First and foremost thing is integrity, I would say. Intelligence, if it is 2-5% less, that is acceptable, fine. But integrity, that is most important thing whenever we are working together. So all these things are very, very much important, not only to the partners, to the office, but also to the clients also. We should be always there with the topmost integrity, topmost moral and ethical values that are there. So if we can get such kind of people in our resources, as a resources in our team, each one of us, I am ready to have as many people I can get into my office. If may it be a female chartered accountant, may it be a male chartered accountant, it doesn't matter to me at all. I would equally welcome each of them. The only thing is, yes, they should suit to the requirement. And yes, we are also open to have more and more partners, because I always believe that the responsibilities can always be shared if you are having more partners. It is not about sharing your profits, but it is also sharing your responsibilities. So you can always focus on more other works, developments, to getting more and more other things into your office. So ultimately you are going to get benefited only and not going to lose anything. So very clear this thing. If you want to work as a sole proprietor, then the things may be difficult. Then maybe these two challenges, the matrimonial challenges and maternity challenges, these are the typical issues which are there, which one needs to address in her own style. But apart from that, if you are into some partnership firm or some such good firm and all these things, and you want to join and work there, I'm sure there is abundance, there is a lot of opportunity. I've gone to Amish Bhai's office many a times, and a lot of female members are working over there. And the experience, Amish Bhai will also share that, yes, Amish Bhai to roje ke che ke beno ઘણું સારું કામ કરે છે. He says many a times, I've heard from him. So he'll be able to throw light on this as well. But I'm very clear on this, that each of us sitting over here are different. Our decision it knows based on whether he's a male or a female. The only thing is we need to have a good resource in our office.
Sir, very well said on this point. Sir, now the last thing, because already it's 7:19, I sir just want to ask you all one question to you, all of you, in a nutshell. Sir, किसी CA को प्रैक्टिस स्टार्ट करनी है, या अगर वो इंडस्ट्री में now he is deciding उनको प्रैक्टिस में आना है, सर क्या ध्यान रखना है? What planning, what strategy they should focus? Starting from Vikas भैया.
क्या बात है? I would say follow the KISS principle. Always follow the KISS principle. Keep it short and simple. In the initial phase, let us have some smallest of the ideas and goals and all these things for us. एक ही दिन में बहुत कुछ करना है और सब कुछ करना है. The things won't work for us. We need to take those baby steps. Okay. गाड़ी में भी गियर 1 नंबर 2 नंबर 3 नंबर और 4 नंबर में डालना पड़ता है तो ये गाड़ी सही से चलती है. सीधा आप 4 में डालोगे तो गाड़ी चलेगी नहीं, बंद हो जाएगी. So same way we need to take those baby steps. If somebody is coming from industry to practice, as you said, then yes, we need to also see what are our financial responsibilities, how we address those issues, what would be sustain this, how we would be sustaining those days, all these things, because we need to plan our initial 3-4 years as we get good revenue. But yes, if we are having patience, as Karim bhai rightly said, the patience and perseverance or persistence, these things if are there, then for sure we are going to succeed. There is no shortcut to success. But yes, lage raho munna bhai with wholehearted approach. If we are sure that yes, we want to be into practice, then and then only 100% decision should be taken, and I'm sure nobody can stop us. There is nothing, there is no game which is being actually fought on the ground, but everything is being fought over here only in our mind. So if the things are clear in our mind, I'm sure nobody can stop us. The only thing is keep the things simple, keep the things short, have the small goals for yourself. हर चीज नहीं करते जाइए, but at the same time the values and the daring to say no to your clients and all these basic important things which are there, which we have discussed a lot during this entire session. Please.
Great, sir. So what I believe, जैसा सर आपने बताया, vision can only be accomplished with the help of small mission. Amrit sir, please some insight, sir.
Yes, there are 2 points. There are so many young chartered accountants who tell that no, initially 4, 5 years, 3 years, I'll do job and then we'll start practice. It is bit difficult. Out of 10 chartered accountants who are saying so, I don't think more than 1 or 2 have been able. Monish bhai is a brave person that he could leave his job, because जब उन्होंने job, whenever he would have left his job, his salary could be 30, 40, 50,000 or whatever at that point of time I am talking. And यहाँ पे अगर आप चालू करेंगे तो 30-35 हजार की जगह पे on the first day, on the first month itself, you have to add something from your pocket to run the practice. So, and everyone enters into a comfort zone. So if someone wants to do practice, it is better that you start from the very first day. You learn, we all learn from our mistakes and whatever experiences others have. And very few people can leave their job after 3, 4, 5 years and start practice. That is one point. Still, if someone is very determined and lucky enough to leave their job and wants to start practice, I would suggest that you start with some retainership. आप शाम को 4 से 8 का कोई बड़े ग्रुप का 200, 500, 1000 करोड़ का टर्नओवर है, उसका आप रिटेनरशिप ले लो, महीने का 30, 35, 40, 50 हजार मिल जाएगा, तो एटलीस्ट एक्सपेंसेस विल बी देयर एंड यू कैन मेक मोर कनेक्ट्स बाय बीइंग इन दैट ग्रुप. और बाकी के टाइम पे आप प्रैक्टिस करो. दैट्स व्हाट वी डिड. We also did our part time job to run our house and office, and we did part time practice. So after 1 साल 1.5 साल के बाद आप वो भी रिटेनरशिप भी छोड़ सकते हैं, because you have enough on your plate. That is also one of the strategy. There is no one size fit to all, but we can try like that. And as mentioned by everyone, that it is better you start with a niche market or a kind of specialty as well as with partnership. Then that gives more sustainability, more courage, and more chances of success in future. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Karim sir, kindly point out something.
But actually, I add whatever the VIKASH JAIN sir and AMISH sir has said. सबसे बड़ी दिक्कत क्या आती है? You don't count your opportunity cost. When you are going for a practice, होता क्या है? Your future income from practice will be much less than whatever you are earning from job. So you will be always, आप दुखी रहोगे. मैं तो जॉब में था तो इतना कमाता था, अब इतना प्रैक्टिस. तो यू रिक्वायर पेशेंस. आपको सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट चीज है कि आपको वेट करना पड़ेगा इसमें. बट देयर आर लार्ज बेनिफिट बाय शिफ्टिंग फ्रॉम जॉब टू प्रैक्टिस. यू विल बी बॉस योरसेल्फ. यू कैन मेक बैलेंस इन योर वर्क एंड योर लाइफ. एंड सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट चीज व्हाट आई लाइक इन द प्रैक्टिस, दैट इज यू कैन वर्क टिल योर लास्ट ब्रेथ, टिल यू आर एबल टू साइन ऑडिट रिपोर्ट in your old age also. There is no age of retirement. So I welcome all the young professional, young chartered accountants, those are in the job. They are most welcome in the practice, but don't count opportunity cost. That is a simple funda. लगे रहो बस. सर ने जो बोला ना, विकास सर ने, लगे रहो. Gradually will cross what earning in your job.
English my कहेवत છે, stay on the pitch, run will come automatically.
सच्ची बात है. Perfect.
Morning, sir. Sir, kindly put some insight, sir.
Okay. I agree to whatever my co-panelists have said. Over and above that, what I would want to point out to anyone who's deciding to start his own practice is, 1, create your own USP. आज आप शार्क टैंक देखते हैं रोज रात को, उसमें भी एक सवाल हर रोज आता है और हर एक कैंडिडेट को आता है कि व्हाट इज योर यूएसपी, एंड दिस विल कम टू यू आल्सो. सो बी प्रिपेयर्ड विद व्हाट इज योर यूएसपी. सेकेंडली, यू हैव टू बी पैशनेट अबाउट व्हाट यू वांट टू डू. जब तक आपका पैशन नहीं होगा प्रैक्टिस का, तब तक आप प्रैक्टिस नहीं कर पाओगे. मैंने when I was in probably my 6th standard, I had seen my dad getting respect from all the clients and all the friends that he had. And that day I had made sure कि चाहे कुछ भी हो जाए, मुझे ये बनना है. So it took me n number of trials, but then finally I was a chartered accountant. So and पहले obviously I wanted to do something out of my own, because खुद की किसी की गाड़ी पे नहीं बैठना था. So that was my passion, my way of working. Somebody might have a different scope, different way of doing it. We know a lot of people who have started working with senior chartered accountants, learn from them, they have started their own practice. So that is another way of doing it. So there are various ways and methods of doing it. Everyone has to first decide what is the niche or what is the USP that he wants to build on and work accordingly. And mentor-mentee relationship always exists. I have been very fortunate that मुझे कभी भी कोई भी problem आया है तो I have directly found that person's number and I have called that chartered accountant, and believe me, at least in Ahmedabad I can tell you that you call a single chartered accountant that you know of and you will ask him a query, he will be at least be that polite that he will help you out with your query. I have been running this group called Taxation Consultants Group for last 7 to 8 years now. And in that, I'll tell you, each and every person helps the other with any sort of query. Even the stupidest query that has been put on that group has been solved. मतलब नाम में क्या लिखना है ऐसी भी क्वेरी है कि कहाँ पे नाम लिखना है ऐसी भी क्वेरी है. Each and every member has supported. So अगर आपके मन में कोई दुविधा है तो उसके लिए सवाल पूछो. अगर सवाल नहीं पूछोगे तो आपको जवाब कभी नहीं मिलेगा. तो सवाल अगर और जितने सवाल आएंगे उतने और जवाब मिलेंगे. तो खुद से सवाल पूछे, किसी और से सवाल पूछे, सीखिए, समझिए और जो करना है वो ही कीजिए. एक गोल के लिए काम कीजिए, बिकॉज बिना गोल की जिंदगी कोई जिंदगी नहीं है. जैसे एक मूवी में कहा कि a soldier lives by you know I mean it is that a soldier kills by profession, lives by passion. So that is the same thing for us also. We have to live for our passion. Till the time we are not passionate about what we are doing, we will never be able to succeed.
Very well said, sir. Very well said. Sir, हमने सेशन रखा था 1 घंटे का. It is already 2 hours for that thing. सर, बहुत लोगों ने बहुत से ना थैंक्स बोला है, बहुत लोगों ने अप्रिशिएट किया, सब कुछ किया है कि such a thing should be there. And sir, on the same words, जैसे आपने बोला मेंटर मेंटी, सर हमने एक इनिशिएटिव लिया है एज अ सीए टॉकीज, जहाँ पे सर सब सीए फ्रेंड्स एक बार मिलेंगे, वो अपना इंट्रोडक्शन देंगे, सबसे यूनिटी की बात करेंगे एंड साथ में कुछ भी फीडबैक या क्वेरी है तो पूछ सकते हैं. तो एटलीस्ट देयर वुड बी यूनिटी अमॉन्ग देम एंड एटलीस्ट ना सब मिलेंगे तो कुछ मालूम पड़ेगा. दे कैन बी एटलीस्ट अ ग्रुप ऑफ सीए हु नोस ईच अदर वेरी वेल. आज से सीपी स्टडी सर्कल सर सीए एसोसिएशन में भी होता है, आईटी बार में भी होता है, स्टडी सर्कल में होता है, ब्रांच में भी होता है, बट सर वहाँ पे स्पेसिफिक उसी क्वेरी की बात करते हैं हम लोग. सर तो उसके आगे कुछ हम सोचा कुछ हो तो अच्छी बात है. कल ही हम थर्ड हम लोग का सीजन उसका है, एवरीवन वी आर कीपिंग वन थिंग. एंड सर ऑन 28 of Jan we are bringing one more webinar of a panel discussion जहाँ पे सब एक्सपर्ट हैं कि सीए बियॉन्ड ऑडिट एंड टैक्सेशन. जैसे आज अमित सर ने कहा, विकास सर ने कहा, मोनिश सर का भी यही मानना है, करीम सर का मानना है कि आफ्टर 5 to 10 years हम जो भी प्रैक्टिस कर रहे ट्रेडिशनल प्रैक्टिस, दैट विल नॉट एग्जिस्ट द सेम इट इज राइट नाउ. जैसे हम पहले 5-7 साल बाद की पहले की बात के सेम ऐसा है. तो व्हाट सीए प्रोफेशनल्स कैन डू मोर, because we are one of the best mind of the world, we all know, because CA is one of the toughest course of the world, we all knows that thing. So with this good note, sir, एक आदत है हम लोग की फिनटेक्स चाणक्य में कि सर we always try कि कुछ टेस्टिमोनियल ले सर, कुछ हम आपसे पूछें about सर फिनटेक्स चाणक्य. तो सर starting from our senior sir Amit sir, if you can put sir 2 words on that part sir.
अरे यार તમે મને સિનિયર બનાવી દેશો તો મને દુઃખ લાગી જશે. So I was not much knowing Samir bhai, just came into contact with him just 1 week back. Very good initiative. do keep it up. This is a really an enriching experience for so many young chartered accountants and very good platform for knowledge sharing. Congratulations for this initiative. All the best. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thanks a lot. Karim, sir, your kind words, sir.
I think I congratulate you and your entire team. According to me, I think if you want to make our country superpower, first of all, we need to empower our people of our India by giving them knowledge of financial literacy and tax literacy. And you are doing excellent work on that direction. Financial literacy and tax literacy will change everything. Because I think we see what most of the problems are due to this lacking of the knowledge. And definitely you are making small videos and try to enlighten the people. I really congratulate you and your team. And I wish that you will continue to do this work. And whenever any support is required, we are always there for whatever the work you allot to us. Thank you very much.
Thanks a lot, sir. Vikas bhaiya, please.
So, yes, I would also like to keep it short and simple. Very good work you are doing. Members, keep on doing good work. And I'm sure you will come up with many more good programs. Wherever help is required from any of us, we all are there. Thank you very much, Samir bhai.
My pleasure, sir. My pleasure. Monish bhai, please.
Samir bhai, it is a very wonderful initiative. On today's specific day, when it's the Republic Day, and the way that you have been, all the members today that were present have encouraged the youth, that is the youth, that is India of our tomorrow. And I'm sure that with what Karim sir has said, the financial literacy, the tax literacy, you know, the most important part is that they will be getting guidance. आज YouTube पे आप एक फ्री उन लोगों को आप कुछ दे रहे हो, ठीक है, तो वो लोग अगर वो प्रोग्राम देखेंगे, जिंदगी में कुछ अगर आपका कोई भी एक वीडियो देखा या कुछ भी देखा और अगर दो चीज भी वो सीखी, तो उसकी जो दुआ आपको मिलेगी और आपकी टीम को मिलेगी, उससे बड़ा कोई चीज नहीं हो सकता.
थैंक यू सर.
आप जो काम कर रहे हैं बस करते रहिए. We are always there with you and your team, and with that, all the very best. And I hope all your future seminars are as successful, and you have a greatest life ahead. Thank you. And
thank you, sir. Thanks a lot.
All the panelists for sharing sharing the platform with such a small person like me, sir. Thank you, everyone.
I really thanks all the panelists.
Sorry to interrupt.
Yes, sir, please.
सब में हेवी वेट अपने मोनिश भाई है, so कोई सवाल ही नहीं है. स्मॉल पर्सन वो बोल के हेवी वेट है. sorry.
Yes, sir. सर, मैंने आप सबसे जब मैंने कांटेक्ट किया एक हफ्ते पहले, तो मैंने सबको कहा था कि अपने 1 घंटे से आपको समय निकालना है. सर, कल रात को जब हमने प्रिपरेशन की तो भी सर 1 घंटा आप लोगों ने दिया हमें. सर, आज भी हम जब बैठे तो सर वो 2.5 घंटा जैसा कब निकल गया किसी को पता ही नहीं चला. सर, with this good note, thanks to all the dignitaries on the platform over there who have accepted our invitation. And sir, कुछ करने की जुस्सजू मन में है कि हम कुछ करेंगे. And sir, we have to be helping hand with all. And sir, always available sir. आप लोगों को भी सर कुछ भी मेरा कभी भी काम हो, anytime sir, I am always there to any professor friends, anyone other than professor friends. If I can be of any help to anyone, I am always available. Friends, hope you have enjoyed this seminar. आपको वेबिनार बहुत अच्छा लगा होगा एंड किसी के तो लाइफ में कुछ तो चेंज आएगा. आई एम श्योर ऑफ दैट पार्ट. फ्रेंड्स, वापस मिलते हैं ऑन द लाइव सेशन ऑन 28, जहां पे हम जानेंगे सीए बियॉन्ड ऑडिट एंड टैक्सेशन, जहां पे भी निपुण सिंघवी जी ऐसे कीनोट स्पीकर हैं, विराग साहब फ्रॉम मुंबई है, एंड एस योगेश जी जैन है, शिल्पांग जी कार्य है, राहुल जी मालिवा जो ट्रेजरर है अहमदाबाद ब्रांच के. ऐसे बहुत से स्पीकर्स आ रहे हैं विद द पैनल डिस्कशन कि वी ऑल नो, हम लोग के दिल में एक सबको पता है कि ट्रेडिशनल प्रैक्टिस अब आगे उतना हम लोग को सपोर्ट में भी ना कर पाए, तो व्हाट बीइंग अ सीएम और भी कुछ हम वेन्यूज हम ढूंढ सकते हैं फॉर क्रिएटिंग अ न्यू अपॉर्चुनिटी फॉर ऑल ऑफ अस. फ्रेंड्स, मिलते हैं. एंड अगेन आई थैंक्स टू ऑल द डिग्निटरीज ओवर हियर टू कम ऑन 26th of Jan. होप हमने कुछ अच्छा किसी के लिए किया है. थैंक यू ऑल.
Thank you, Amish bhai. Thank you, Vikas ji. Thank you, Monish sir and Samir bhai. Thank you.
Thank you, Karim bhai, Vikas bhai,
Thank you.
Monish bhai. See you later.
Thank you.
Thank you, Samir bhai. Bye.
Good night. Good night. Good night.
Sir.
Good night.
Thank you all.
Good night.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
Amish sir, Karim bhai, Monish sir, sir.
Thank you, sir. All. Let's meet
Thank
again.
you all, sir,
Bye. Bye.
to be part of here. Thank you, sir.